Hello friends, welcome to this online session of operations research. This lecture, we are going to introduce a new topic called project management. So we will start with the history of project management and introductory parts of project management. Then we will look into the network analysis, its importance and this application. Then we will look into the terms related to project management and network analysis. And finally, we'll also see the advantages and disadvantages of operations management, or you can say the related topic called project management. So what do you mean by project? It's a series of activities that are directed towards the accomplishment of desired objective. So consists of different tasks where that deadline is given, and this deadline is specifically to complete this on time, as well as there should be a sequence of activities, right? The method should be scientific, right? Implementing, planning, monitoring, controlling, all these management aspects should be there to efficiently allocate time, money, manpower, and all related resources. So all these resources are utilized to get the effective project management. And project management is nothing but the activities that are related to each other, right, in a sequence where they are directed towards a common goal within a given deadline. So if you're comparing with the manufacturing, day-to-day manufacturing and project is a unique one-time activity, right? And large number of activities are involved in this case. Also, the deadline is also long-term, the horizon is long-term, and there are deadlines, budget, specific budget is involved, right? And you have to follow the deadline as well. If I give you the example, like building the house, like submarine project, nuclear power plant project, these are some of the projects, right? Examples of projects. And if we talk about the tools which are available in project management, which are extensively used, starting from Primavera, civil engineering area of application. Primavera is the effective tool which is used in civil engineering projects. Then another mainstream software is Microsoft Project, MS Project. You can easily download it for the 60 days trial period. You can use software and learn the initial basics of project management. Let's look into the history of project management. Started with US Navy Special Project and PERT specifically. And PERT is Program Evaluation and Review Technique. And this technique was developed during the World War time. And first of all, it was used as a nuclear submarine project, right? And then early example is Winter Olympics, right? Grenoble, they use this technique effectively, right, for their games. Next is CPM, critical path method, another technique for project management. It was started during the missile defense construction project by the company called DuPont in 50s. And if you see major skyscrapers, including World Trade Center, was designed using this technique CPM, critical path method. Now, if you talk about network analysis, right, alternative name of project management. So network analysis, the subset. What you do is you analyze the network of series of activities, right? Why do you do that? Because it will help you in planning, scheduling, routing, executing large amount of like complex projects, which have multiples of activities, right? So that you can, here if you see coordinating, a careful coordination of variety of complex and interrelated activities can be realized with the help of network analysis. Also, cost is involved, so you have to be effectively utilizing this cost. The resource allocation should be such that you do not go over budget whenever you are managing the project. Again, in the same way, if you talk about the objectives, planning, right, beforehand of the different activity series of activities which are related. Then you have cost control, you have multiple activities involved, right, tasks involved to complete the project. You have to maintain the time limit as well, because you are working on a deadline. You have to complete the project within a deadline, right? Again, you will also, the objective is to reduce the resource idle time, so that you can perform better in case of like allocating or in project execution. You will not waste any time. Then it will also avoid the delays which are involved in the project execution. So these are some of the objectives of network analysis. We talk about the applications point of view, all the management activities, specifically planning, coordinating, monitoring, controlling of large and complex projects can be effectively utilized with the help of project management. Like examples, key examples are factories, submarines, satellites. All these are the, we can say, building construction, missile developments, assembly line scheduling. If you are using in your plant in the factory, you can use the PERT technique, or you can say CPM technique. Computers installations in a large scale factories, and even in marketing strategies as well, you can use this technique. So if you talk about the terminology, we will start with the activity. So all the activities, they are arranged sequence in the sequence to be and you can say the project is comprising of all the sequence of activities, and it is shown with the help of arrow. And predecessor activity is the activity before the present activity, and the successor activity is the one which is following the present activity. Then we have concurrent activity, where the activities are starting at the same time, right? They are accomplished together. Those are the concurrent activities. Dummy activity is an activity which is introduced in the network. Why? Because so that it will be easily you can show the interdependence between the activities with the help of dummy activities, right? The resource consumption is literally nil for the dummy activity, but they are just used to show the dependence. Then you have events, where the starting point and the ending point of the activity is shown with the help of event. Is shown with the circle, right? Now path. Path is the unbroken chain of activities. You connect the activities, and the unbroken chain is nothing but the path. Now this path, when you're graphically depicting this path, right, from left to right, when you're starting till the end, it becomes a network, right? Okay. The logic is also there, and sequence, both should be there whenever we are representing graphically the network with the help of arrows and nodes, which are the events and activities. Now the activities here, if you see, they are directly in contributing to the overall project, right? Those are and the activities on this path, the path which is comprising of all these activities is the critical path, and the activities on this path are the critical activities. And the events, the slack of the event is the difference between the latest and earliest time. Here, event with zero slack, those are the critical events. Now critical activities, as I already told, that the activities which contribute, here if you see the difference between the latest start time and the earliest start time will indicate the amount of by which the activity can be delayed. So the difference, if it is positive, that is the time at which the activity can be delayed, right? And that is nothing but the, you can say, without affecting the total project duration. If it is zero, right, then that is the critical activity, or you can say that is the total flow time. Then your earliest time. What is the earliest time that you can start the activity? That is the earliest start time, and earliest finish time is the earliest time at the time at which you can finish the activity. Same with the latest start time and latest finish time. Then you have slack, that is the difference between the latest time and the earliest time of the event, right? And total flow, if you talk about, it is a scheduled activity, the time by which a scheduled activity can be delayed. That difference, if the difference is zero, then it is the critical activity. Here LFT minus EFT or LST minus EST. Here LFT is latest finish time and EFT is earliest finish time. The difference is the total float. Free float is the time by which the completion of an activity can be delayed beyond the EFT without affecting the EST of the succeeding activity. Right? So if you talk about the succeeding activity, the earliest time at which this succeeding activity can be started, if you are not affecting the time, then that time is nothing but the free float. The formula is EST of succeeding minus EFT of present activity. Same with the interfering float. It is the part of the total float that causes the reduction in total float of the successor activity. So whatever successor activity is there, the time, the total float of that activity, if it is affecting, that is the interfering float. That it is the part of total float only. Independent float is the amount of float that can be used without affecting either of the succeeding or preceding activity. It means that whenever you are talking about the time of succeeding and preceding activities, if you can reduce, or you can say the time which you can be used without affecting this time, start times and finish time of these succeeding and preceding activities, then it is the independent float. Now let's look into the advantages of project management. It serves as a efficient process. You can say the efficiency of service of the product definitely increases when you are using this management technique, project management. Right? Definitely, if you are giving the product or service on time, then customer satisfaction is going to increase. The effectiveness also increases because you are producing or presenting the activities or series of activities, completing the series of activities on time without any delay, and it will help you in having the competitive edge in the market. You can, in case of expanding the service, you can also expand the service, and with the available time, if you are better utilizing the resources, you can have that time to increase your to expand your business, to increase your flexibility as a business. Then quality definitely is going to increase as you are increasing the customer satisfaction by providing the excellent amount of excellent products. And obviously, if you are effectively utilizing these resources, the quantity is definitely going to be better utilized, and you can use those quantities, and it is going to definitely increase the quantity of the products without wasting any scrap. Have very low amount of scrap or obsolete items. So in this way, these are some of the key advantages of project management. So in this way, we have introduced project management. We have also looked into the tools which are used like Primavera, MS Project, and we looked into the history of techniques like PERT and CPM, and we discussed the terminology, the terms which are related to critical path method, and finally we also looked into the advantages of project management. Thank you.